How's it going, everyone? I'm Adam Molina. So V-MODA already has quite a few pairs of headphones and a bunch of people that love their product, but now you can add the REMIX Bluetooth speaker to the lineup. This is their first Bluetooth speaker, and just like the headphones, it lets you customize them with 3D printed accessories, except this lets you customize literally every surface. So how does it live up to the brand name? Let's find out. The REMIX comes in two main build materials. There's aluminum and vegan leather. We're looking at the vegan leather option here. Now, as far as design goes, this isn't going to redefine the way you think of a Bluetooth speaker. Sure, it's a nice looking rectangular box, but it's still a small rectangular box. On the bright side, it does smell pretty good. Seriously, it smells really good. Rather than reinvent the wheel, it seems V-MODA just took a form factor that works and put their own spin on it, i.e. custom 3D printed accessories. This speaker takes the customizability a step further, however, letting you change all surfaces of the speaker. This ranges from the vegan leather we're looking at all the way up to build materials like platinum, costing tens of thousands of dollars. Personally, a little bit out of my budget, but if you're a millionaire and feel like balling out, send one my way. Up top from left to right, you'll find an LED status light, power button, volume down button, multifunction button, volume up button, Bluetooth pairing buttons, and a tiny microphone. Then on the back of the speaker is a 3.5mm input, USB Type-C charging input, and VAMP output. More on that later. Overall, I wouldn't say that this Bluetooth speaker is meant for outdoor use or anything like that, which is what most Bluetooth speakers are made for. Instead, this seems to be made for a desk or a bedside table, which is a different kind of speaker that I'm used to, and I kinda like it. The connection was probably the weakest part of the speaker in my opinion. It's not bad, it's just painfully average, which doesn't match up with the rest of the speaker. There's a strong connection up to about 30 feet, which there should be, and anything past that depends on what's in the way. Again, this is good. It's pretty standard. I just feel like a speaker that has visions of the future with modularity and USB Type-C charging should have a longer range. Now, with the negative out of the way, the strength within 30 feet was really good, and I never had an annoying skip midway through a song while the speaker was on my desk. Besides that, this is only the second speaker I've ever tested that charges via USB Type-C, which is great. I'm all in for this USB Type-C feature, but that's not the only cool thing that V-MODA included in their speaker. These also have a built-in headphone amp, cleverly named Vamp, not Vampire. So if you have a pair of headphones that require a little more power, you can plug them into here and they'll work just fine. There's even a tiny orange light that glows from the input, which is a nice touch, and I enjoy the attention to detail. As for playback options, this speaker has you covered on all fronts. Perfect. You can control volume, skip between tracks, answer phone calls, and access Siri or Google Now, all using the buttons up top. So V-MODA claims a battery life of about 10 hours of constant playback, and in my testing that was pretty much spot on. I got about 10 hours and 15 minutes. It is worth mentioning that we do all of our testing on max volume, so if you listen at moderate levels, you can probably get it to last even longer. That said, 10 hours isn't really that impressive when there are speakers out there that can get 24 hours on a single charge. So one thing I noticed is that the REMIX doesn't get incredibly loud, so if you want to power a party, this might not be the way to go. On the other hand, it does sound really good at all volume levels, so if you want background music for a get-together or you just want to use it on your bedside table or desk, this sounds really good. Lows are definitely on the stronger side and sometimes really rise a bit into the mids. The majority of the listening experience was great. For instance, the bass sounded great in the song 33 God by Bon Iver. Bass notes played on piano had a beautiful resonance, and when the drums kick in, they add a nice layer of depth without being overbearing. But then in the song Generator Second Floor by Freelance Whales, the bass is just overpowering when it enters. It causes the vocals to do a weird shift where they start off low and then once the bass stops, vocals rise up again to their normal volume. It seems to be a hit or a miss kind of thing, depending on the song you're listening to. The mids did sound really clear, making vocals sound great save for the previous instance that I mentioned. The strength of the mids is really noticeable in Frank Ocean's Self-Control, where you can plainly hear the very slight reverb on his vocals while the backing guitar maintains plenty of detail. Highs are actually my favorite part of this speaker. They get just to the point of harshness without ever really becoming harsh, which is perfect. It preserves a ton of details in things like cymbals and shakers. You can really hear this in the song Girls by Slow Magic, which has a nice shaker throughout. Overall, I really liked the speaker for listening to music. It does have a slightly strong bass, but not in a bad way. In the way that some V-MODA headphones have a slightly stronger bass, just enough to make it sound a little more fun. I do wish that it got louder, but considering how good it sounds at all volume levels, I really can't complain. Battery life can be better at only about 10 hours, and I did find the headphone amp, or VAMP, to be pretty clever and useful. But my one concern with this speaker is the price. At $300, it's a hard sell. Still, personally, I would say that it's definitely worth the money if you want a speaker that sounds as premium as it looks, and if you have $300 to blow on a Bluetooth speaker in the first place, which not many people do. But if you do end up getting the REMIX, you won't be disappointed. We're giving it an 8.6 out of 10. So that's it for our review of the REMIX speaker. Thanks for watching. If you want to know more about this speaker or any of the other products we review, make sure to check out SoundGuys.com. While you're here, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and sign up to our monthly newsletter so you can stay up to date with all the newest reviews and audio news here at SoundGuys. Links to all of that down in the description. I'm Adam Molina. I'll see you later.